Hey guys, it's Mike, back with another video for KC Combatives. I'm back at Fort Hood again in Killeen, Texas, and out here to visit my longtime friend, Robert Tisdale, and they've opened a brand new gym here in Harker Heights, strike and submit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And before we work the techniques, Gray, why don't you take a minute and talk about your new school and what you guys have going on?
Well, yeah, just me and my friend Aaron Naramore, 5th-degree black belt TKD, highly respected martial artist in the area. Just basically came together, just kind of had the same ideas about how we wanted to, run a gym and everything, and just kind of put our heads together, and a lot of elbow grease and late nights, and this is it. This will be week 5, actually, now that I think about it, of official classes. And yeah, man, so we're just happy that we finally was able to kind of get this going, and the kids classes are building, the adult classes of course are building, and now we just want this to be a very strong presence in the area as far as like martial arts goes. So that's it.
So what type of classes are you guys teaching here at Strike and Submit?
Currently, right now, we offer Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickboxing, Taekwondo, Aikido, self-defense. We also we plan on building a very strong fitness program, probably like close to maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 physical fitness trainers on site at any given time, at different hours of the day, morning, evening, whenever. So basically, we want to create just a total martial arts environment, whether you're just in here for self-defense, competition, doesn't matter. Like I said, basically a one-stop shop as far as like just anything dealing with martial arts, basically. So that's it.
But just to prop up Gray a little more than he'll prop himself up, Gray to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, he also has a strong Muay Thai background.
Yeah.
And an extremely strong background in Kyokushin karate. So for those of you that don't know about Kyokushin, it is a very, very intense form of martial arts. YouTube and look it up sometime, and yeah, you're impressed. Those of you guys are familiar with Daido-juku, Kudo Daido-juku. That is the karate portion of Daido-juku. So. Yeah, it's evident when you work stand-up with Gray that he's got all the skills and knows how to teach people those same skills, which is extremely important in a martial arts instructor. So we can go ahead and get to the techniques. So I just told Gray, show something that you like to do. We're going to do some no-gi, but Gray, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, figured I'd start out with just a basic head and arm choke from back control. So if you'll put me down, we'll start here. Basically what I want to do is I'll start with my hooks in, alright, and what I like to do from here is, actually we'll reposition. We'll start here, and I'll start in a seatbelt position here, one arm over the shoulder, one arm under the shoulder, and just using a basic wrist grip, like so, okay? From here, I want to make sure that I have good compression, chest to back here, keeping my elbow shrunk in nice and tight, not allowing my opponent to kind of shift around and try to, maybe wiggle away from it, okay? Now from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right foot, I'm going to put it off to the side, okay? Now, I'm going to also take my right hand, I'm going to base on the mat kind of behind me, and I'm going to trail my left foot over the far side hip. Now, as I do this, I take my left hand and then I just kind of like grip the shoulder here, okay? All right. And now I'm just going to shift my hips to the left a little bit. All right. Then all I'm going to do is bring my right bicep up to the hand. I come here. I pillow down, squeeze, and I get the tap. Okay. So we'll get a different angle here, so you guys can see the back side of the technique here. So again, we have our seat belt here, all right? Elbows nice and tight, chest to back, good compression, okay? All right, now when I begin to set up my technique, my right foot's going to place out, so is my right hand. I gooseneck the shoulder, follow the left foot over the far side hip, kind of reposition my hips. Bicep comes up to the hand, I cup the back of the head, pillow down, squeeze, and there's the tap. Basically what that is just basically a head and arm choke from the back control position. Really good. A lot of different options there. But I like that choke because it's really easy to get. You know, there's not too many moving parts, and you're not really sacrificing a whole lot of position to get that choke. You know, me myself for my jiu-jitsu, I have a tendency to I like a lot of like low risk, high reward type things. You know, a lot of guys like a lot of flashier moves, but I kind of like to get a person out of there, especially when I get on their back. I get their back, I want to try to get them out of there. So I kind of like that head and arm choke. So
I'm pretty sure he's choked me with that before.
So yeah. So I mean, other than that, man, it's a very low risk, you know, high reward type move. I really like it a lot. Like with that seatbelt position, I mean, it's basically already there. You're basically just making a few mechanical adjustments, you know, and then boom, pillow, and just squeeze, and there you go.
Great.
Cool, man. Cool.
Can I talk you into one more?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, in the classes that we teach in Kansas City, we stress a lot of positional superiority,
yeah.
which is very common in jiu-jitsu. You know, always making sure you're in the proper position. So, you know, there's lots of videos out there, you know, about doing different submission holds or chokes or whatever it is.
Right.
But I've not seen a lot of people really showing the fundamentals of staying inside control.
Okay.
Staying in the mount.
Okay.
And if you could show one of those or both of those, whatever you would like to do, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. Let's start with side control.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go this way. Feet this way, please. Okay, so a favorite choke of mine in a side control position. I like this choke a lot, and it's a basic vice choke. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to get a nice solid side control position here. I have one arm under his shoulder here, and then my other arm is underneath the head, behind the neck. This is a very good control position. Now, when I get to this position here, okay, I'm going to make sure that my elbows are compressing up against the ribs here, okay, and then on top of the shoulder on my left side, okay. He tries to move around here. I have good weight on his diaphragm here. It's going to be very hard for him to move. All right, let's kind of move back here a little bit. So now, with the vice choke, guys, okay? So when I'm here, all right, first thing just like we just said a second ago, okay, it's all about maintaining position. So what I do with my arms, my elbows, and my feet are going to be paramount. Now, what I like to do, okay, my knee on this side is going to be pressing up against his hip, and my elbow on my right side. So my right side knee and my right side elbow are going to try to touch each other. I'm pinching him in between my elbow and my knee, okay? That's going to kind of undermine his hip movement, okay? So that's a big deal. Now, with that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to separate my gable grip here. I'm going to take my right hand. All I'm going to do is snake inside. And I'm going to repose my elbow back on the mat and continue my pressure here. Now, my hand is kind of contoured to the top of his shoulder. Now, all I'm going to do is now connect my hands together. I'm going to reimpose my gable grip here, okay? It's just now that my arm is sitting on top instead of underneath, and I'm still compressing here. If he tries to move here, okay, I still have control over him. Now, all I'm going to do now is take my right side knee, okay, and I'm going to slide it from his hip up to his armpit. My left foot posts up right here. He tries to move here, go. I still have control, okay? Now, all I do from here is I take my right elbow, I stay connected to his body, but I'm just sliding up towards the neck, and I have his neck viced. Now, to finish the choke, all I'm going to do is drop my right shoulder and lift my left. And there's the tap. Okay? Very good. All right. So again, we'll go from the other side. Yeah, we'll go from the other side. Okay. So up here, arms under the head, under the armpit here, same thing. Gable grip. I release my grip, swim, contour the back of the hand to the shoulder, get my gable grip. Okay. Make sure I'm maintaining pressure and compression the entire time. All right. So now from here, My knee moves from the hip to the armpit. Post up on my right foot. Take my elbow, slide it across. I vice the neck. Left shoulder comes down, right shoulder goes up, and there's the tap.
An important thing to remember, if he does not keep that elbow tight as he runs it across my body, that gives me a chance to flip my hips and try and get back in the guard again.
It gives you all sorts of opportunities to move and escape, and just like you spoke on, from those basic positions of side control and mount, things like that, there's really no point of trying to submit the opponent if you can't keep them where you need them to be, to even have the opportunity to do that. So yeah, man, just like you said, the positional dominance is key. And that's a submission that I like to do when I really don't want the person moving around a whole lot.
Right. Everything tight.
Yeah, everything's nice and tight. Compression between the elbow and the knee, depending on what side of the body that you're on. You know, it may be your left side, it may be your right side. It doesn't really matter. Okay, but like I said, the knees are wide, hips are low, elbows are in tight, and then you get that compression, and you really undermine them. They really can't move. They're staying flat. They really can't move a whole lot. And then basically they just run out of option. And it's just a matter of time. That's it.
Well, thank you, my friend.
Man,
appreciate it.
Thank you for
Good
coming
to see
through.
you again.
Appreciate
For
it.
those of you that I train with around the country, and all the active duty guys that I know that are in the Army, you get stationed out here at Fort Hood, come out and see Gray, come out and see Strike and Submit Martial Arts. I promise you it'll be some of the best instruction that you've had in your martial arts career. Thank you, sir.